Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of the virtual 4-H Dispatch Flyer. I'm Andrea Rippley-Schlais. I'm the 4-H Program Educator for Trempealeau County, and I'm so happy to have you guys here. So, one of the first things we're going to talk about, I know it feels like summer outside, and I'm saying summer loosely because it's been horribly warm. I like cold personally myself. We should start thinking about 4-H camp, and I have those dates ready, and I'm also looking for camp counselors this year. So coming up on June 5th through the 7th is going to be 4-H camp, and it'll be once again at the YMCA Camp Pepin over in Pepin. Registration will be opening for campers on March 1st, but then on March 1st also is when we will have our registration closing for anybody who wants to be a camp counselor. So if you are in grades 8th through 13th, and you don't even have to have been going to camp before, because I know that that's one thing where we haven't had camp in a couple of years and you might not have ever attended. That's totally fine. I want you guys to come be a camp counselor, and I want you guys to experience camp. It is one of my favorite parts of being in 4-H, and I'm hoping that you guys will enjoy it as well. So the cost per youth, if you are a camper joining us, it'll be $150 per youth, but that includes 2 nights worth of full day meals and all the activities included. So that's just a one-stop price for everybody. And then if you're a counselor, your benefit is that it's only $50 per person. And that'll probably include some counselor swag. We just haven't thought about what we're going to be getting you guys yet. Most of the time we get like camp t-shirts and they say staff on them, and everyone gets a t-shirt, but there'll also be special ones for counselors. So be sure to get ready for that registration. The registration for campers will be in 4-H online. So be sure to check that out on March 1st. And if not, our counselor application, I will be sending out a separate email about that soon. So for sure, check your inboxes right away and make sure that you have looked into it, because this is a really great opportunity for some of our older youth. So next, something else I want to cover that's also in our newsletter is volunteer training updates. So I'm sure you guys have remembered like VIP, so volunteers in preparation. It's something that I've always taught in person, and it's finally getting an update and a little bit of a facelift, which is fantastic. So it is now called Grow Green. So if you look in our newsletter, fantastic January, February newsletter, the second page, it'll say volunteer training opportunities, and it'll have this lovely graphic. This will talk a little bit more about the volunteer training opportunity and the difference between Grow Green and VIP. So Grow Green will be available online so that you can take it that way, or if you are like many of the people in our county and you struggle with internet connection, feel free to contact me and I can get you the paper copy, or I can teach it to you. So those 2 options are available. But like I said, it is available online, so you can complete it on your own time. This will be replacing VIP, so I won't be teaching that anymore. I want to go completely to Grow Green, mainly because that's what the rest of the state's doing, so I want to make sure that I'm in line with their objectives. And so all new volunteers must complete this training. So I know there's quite a few volunteers in my queue that are kind of waiting for some trainings to come out. A lot of people have been waiting for VIP, so this is the opportunity. You can take it, and it should be, I believe it's about 10 minutes long. It's not very long at all, and it'll also have pieces of it that will go directly with if you're planning on being a club leader, a project leader, or other leader opportunities or leadership opportunities. Those will be included in it, so it'll be specific to what you want to do, or it'll cover some of those topics. Some of the other new volunteer trainings that must be completed, of course, Grow Green, building safe spaces. So we want to make sure our kids are in a safe space, but also that they feel confident in the spaces that they're in. So this is another online opportunity. Supporting youth is another one. And mandated reporter, or, well, not or, also a criminal background check. That's all actually covered here in our newsletter. I don't just put these things in because they're pretty. These do have a purpose, and if you look at this online, all of these are a link to the training opportunity. And then this last one that's colored different, it's supporting youth mental health. That one is only for people who are going to be doing overnight experiences with youth. So if you plan on being a chaperone of some kind, you need to do that training. That one is available online. It's a little more time consuming. So be sure that you look and fill out your 4-H online application properly for what you're planning on doing. Next topic, I've been getting quite a few questions about this, is YQCA. So it is that time of year. We are already prepping for the fair. It's pretty much a countdown at this point. I have 2 YQCA sessions available. My Arcadia one is pretty full. I just upped it from 15 participants to 20. I will not do more than 30. So I'll up it a little bit until I feel like there's enough space, but I don't like to teach more than 30 kids because I want to make sure that everyone's actually engaged and learning in the program, and I want to make sure that you guys understand the content that we're talking about. So the Blair one will be on March 20th. That is a Wednesday night, I believe, and it will be from 5:30 till 6:30 at the Blair Community Center, which is attached to the fire station in Blair. And then the other one is Arcadia on April 6th, and that is from, I believe, 9 until 10 in the morning. Both trainings, they're going to be the same thing. They're about an hour long, and you have to be pre-registered. And even if you're not pre-registered and you show up to the training day of, you need to register online beforehand, and you have to take, there's a pre-test and then a post-test. And I cannot send in anyone certificates unless they do those tests. I had quite a few questions about that last year, and then I also had registration questions coming up for this year. You need to be registered because there is no way I can give you a certificate unless you are registered. So be sure to go on to yqca.org and register for the event, and then make sure that your youth are taking that pre and post test, because that is how you're going to get your certificate. And those are going to be due in Trempealeau County to the auction committee on July 1st. So if you do plan on exhibiting an animal that will be sold at market, so market rabbits, market hogs, market sheep, market beef, anything that will be sold at the auction, even the dairy baskets, that needs to be, that certificate from YQCA needs to be sent in by July 1st. And YQCA also needs to be done if you plan on exhibiting at the state fair. So make sure that you mark these on your calendar dates. If none of those dates work for you, there is the online option. I know that not everybody likes the online option, but that one is available. If you are interested in going to another county, when you sign up for in-person instructor date, you can find other county dates. You are also welcome to attend those. The in-person instructor-led presentation costs $3, and then the online costs $12. That all has to be done online through YQCA. I will not take any money for that because I don't see that. That ends up going straight to the YQCA program. Be sure that you're looking into that and you're getting those dates in, because July 1st is going to come up way quicker than we think, and we need to make sure we have all of our education requirements in. Another thing, I am loving getting meeting minutes from, I know for sure 2 clubs have been sending them in, well, 3 counting the horse project. But please send those in. I think that a lot of times it will encourage other clubs to be trying something different, but also I love knowing that you guys are doing some pretty awesome stuff, and what better way to capitalize it than having your reporter send it in to be featured in the newsletter. So be sure that you can get those to me prior to, actually not even prior to, just make sure you send them in and I will put them in a newsletter as they come out. So other than that, be sure you're reading the newsletter. I sent it out via 4-H Online this month to see whether or not I got more engagement through that versus our other server that we were using, which was Emma, because I've gotten some people saying that it goes into their spam folders, and we're just going to try something different. We're going to do a little bit of a test. Other than that, if you are interested in receiving a paper copy of the newsletter, I did put a survey for an opt-in, because I'm curious how many people would be interested in doing a paper copy as opposed to receiving in an email. I understand if you prefer paper copy just because you like paper. I would prefer it if you want a paper copy because you do not have adequate internet access to be able to download and view the newsletter. I know that these are some big files to be able to create this. So I would prefer that I'm sending it to people for that reason, but I also kind of want to gauge and figure out how much our printing budget, but then also our postage budget we'll have to use in order to send this out. So I just kind of want to get some numbers. I have a handful of people who have already sent me in. It's in the newsletter. I'm going to send out a separate email about it again to just ask people whether or not they want to do it. But I have that due for March 1st. So if you guys can please fill that out and let me know, then that'll help me make the decision on whether or not I'm going to be doing paper newsletters. So other than that, always look out for the newsletter, and I'll see you guys next month. Thanks.